The honourable member for Dartmouth South.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, my question is for the Premier. For years, the municipality of the District of Colchester has been raising concerns about contracting the RCMP to provide policing services, including understaffing, a lack of community policing, and officers only being available on an on-call basis. In April 2019, the Council issued a news release requesting a full review of service levels and value for payment, and I can table that. Mr. Speaker, can the Premier explain why the government failed to take timely action to address these concerns?
The Honourable Premier.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I appreciate the question. The policing does fall under municipal jurisdiction, but of course we'll work with municipalities on how the policing service works and how shared services are administered, Mr. Speaker, and how they're shared amongst municipalities. I don't have the individual information from that specific municipality, but I would endeavour to work with the Department of Justice to see how that correspondence was left to ensure that they have consideration given to how the administration of that policing service works and how the province can support. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
The honourable member for Dartmouth South.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I thank the Premier for his answer, but this isn't an isolated issue. Within the past year, members of the public have expressed concern regarding the RCMP more broadly. Their handling of the mass shooting in Portapique, their approach to conflicts around the fishery in Southwest Nova, and concern over daytime raids conducted in Dartmouth and Halifax, which saw police vehicles racing neighbourhood streets and surrounding a building adjacent to a school. When I wrote to the Minister in December to ask about the promised review of policing services, he indicated that what the department was engaged in was an internal committee that is conducting a preliminary analysis. Mr. Speaker, given the seriousness of these concerns, will the Premier commit to a transparent and accountable public review of all policing services separate from the Mass Casualty Commission?
The Honourable Premier.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. And all those events are extremely serious, Mr. Speaker, and we need to make sure that we're reviewing what took place in those events, Mr. Speaker, and there is a contract with the RCMP throughout the province, and there is a certain amount of time left in that contract. We want to make sure that we have the best possible service to protect public safety, Mr. Speaker, and have the required training and how they deal with complex situations, Mr. Speaker. So if there is an alternative, Mr. Speaker, we will consider that, Mr. Speaker. We need to make sure that we do have confidence in public safety and those are protecting those in communities across the province. I await the review and to see what the terms are before I make a decision on how that'll work. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.